Kick is a joke. It's like going to a zoo and just pointing at all of the exhibits and just being like, that's interesting. And then walking by.
You may have seen this clip. A woman is dining at a restaurant minding her own business when some middle school live streamer comes out of nowhere and grabs the food off her plate in a sad attempt to impress his chat. Believe it or not, this kid does have an active fan base, one that festers over on the controversial Twitch alternative, Kick.
Please pull us over! Please! Take more Viagra. You don't know how to...
Oh god, I'm gonna dox your entire family. What's your name?
Kick is
this
popular
is what I told guys, like, who are like, how do I become a streamer? And I'm like, are you willing to be a toxic piece of shit? They're like, I don't think so. I'm like, don't do it then.
But in preparation for this video, I did sit down and watch an Aiden Russ stream, and I kid you not, this is what he was talking about when I first tuned in.
Don't call me weird, I'm about to say. Y'all make your bro pee by like putting his hand in the water and shit.
What?
He peed his pants, it was a drunk night, he blacked out.
Okay.
I took my 2 fingers and rubbed it on his crotch area.
What is going on here? Is Aiden their
so I got like pee in my
What is
fingers.
happening?
And I made, he opened his mouth and I put his own pee in his mouth.
Incredible stuff happening on Kick. There's nothing like it.
Like,
Seems like every other day we see someone over there pulling a gun on their girlfriend or throwing an Uber driver's phone in the street or pissing out of their second-story window. Those last two are actually the same person, by the way. Shout out to Xena the Witch on Kick. It takes a lot. I just want to add something else here before we continue. While I was editing this video, 2 other creators wound up in the news for streaming themselves on Kick drinking and driving. Just flying down the interstate at 110, throwing back a bottle of Smirnoff, being an active danger to everyone else on the road. I can't think of anyone who captures the aura of Kick.com better than Neon. Neon has garnered a reputation as this kind of sniveling hypebeast dork who's constantly staring at his phone for validation from his chat. Yeah, people don't really like Neon very much, if you couldn't already tell. And that includes his own bodyguard.
You got 80,000 people watching you disrespect me.
Wait,
That's how we're doing it?
I always do that.
Guess what? It's always fucking disrespectful.
I don't mean it like that though.
But that's what it reads like. You're doing too much.
If you happen to be religious, I urge you to please pray for this man's sanity.
If I was a girl and I came in the room, my would be dripping just seeing you, bro. I swear to God.
Amen.
Neon was once just a little kid from Texas trying to make it big on YouTube. In fact, he and I actually both started making videos at roughly the same age, I found out, with the bulk of his early content being him playing NBA 2K. Despite what Neon eventually turned into, I have to admit, some of this early stuff is actually kind of endearing.
What's good, YouTube? It's Neon2K here, but you see I'm at 178 subs, but at 1K subs I will be doing a face video, so tell all your friends.
If we're looking at it in a vacuum,
like
it's
a girl.
actually kind of sweet. Watching someone so young work to make his dreams come true. He'd answer questions from his viewers and open up about his struggles with motivation. You really get a sense that he cared about his public image. He was heavily invested in the content he made and the community he was a part of, even beefing with other creators from an early age.
People want to get their views and start acting fake. And then he has the nerve to lie on stream. He doesn't want smoke. He doesn't want me to pull up again.
I'm sorry, he doesn't want the smoke? Bro, you're 12, go do your homework. He began to seek out his audience's approval more and more, and chastising them when they said something he didn't like, and seeking out reassurance that they still supported him whenever he'd take breaks.
I just want to let y'all know that I will be taking a break from streaming. But
And this is how I imagine all the fucking trolls online to look. Like a little 12-year-old, literally 12 by the way, being like, what, you can't handle it? You can't handle it? You got nothing to say, yeah.
in the comments, let me know if you're still gonna support me.
Worrying about approval from an audience of complete strangers is not usually something a normal child has to think about. And honestly, it's easy to imagine that would mess with you a bit.
Bro, like, y'all are really demotivating me right now, y'all. All these comments say my channel is dead, y'all. I understand my channel is dead, okay? Let me grind and let me go crazy. I'm trying. I know I've been doing this YouTube stuff for over years, kind of demotivating that, like, people are stopping supporting me.
He was definitely becoming more and more desperate to please his fans. The pressure to always perform is what I imagine led him to continue raising the stakes with every new upload. He had this whole arc where he pretended to get arrested for breaking into his neighbor's house and needed to get bailed out from jail by a friend. The description for this one is so wild to me.
So that's where Neon started to fuck up. He started listening to the haters and seeking their validation and admitting that he sees their hateful comments and is internalizing them. That's where he messed up. If he had been like, what do you mean my channel is dead? I ain't watching you, bitch. You watching me. Then I think he wouldn't have been such a pussy. He would have had more confidence as an adult.
Neon is so provocative for the sake of being provocative that there really is no thought process beyond, what's the most annoying thing I could say to make people mad right now? I'm not surprised the only people entertained by it are riding in the back of their mom's cars to school.
What did you say? The woman. The woman.
What? No, wait. We love women. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
No.
All gays.
See, that's the difference.
But by getting so much exposure,
You see who shows up to these guys at conventions versus people like me or Esfand. They're like adults.
from Aiden, Neon quickly grew a sizable following on Kick. As a dude who cares about nothing and will say anything to anyone if he thinks it'll get a reaction. I mean, him laughing at a random kid's dad working at Walmart really exposes him as the out-of-touch asshole he is.
What does your dad do for work?
He works at a Walmart warehouse.
These are just glorified birthday clowns.
All right, so this is the last thing I want to address, because I think it's the last thing I have to address, but basically, there's this rumor.
By November of last year, another Kick streamer by the name of Natalie Reynolds began making some pretty serious claims against Jack, beginning by expressing outrage at the contract he had her sign, which she says included no end date, before announcing days later that she would be terminating her OF contract with the scammer Jack Doherty. This kid has done nothing but take advantage of everyone around him. Disgusting. Adding stick to grooming minors, which is an insane thing to just tack on there at the end. She did follow up with, oh, by the way, that grooming thing ain't a joke, LOL. This girl was 17 and Jack waited months for her birthday to get her drunk and sign a contract on a yacht. Jack initially responded to Natalie's tweets with utter denial across the board, calling it the—
You know what the most crazy thing I ever did was? The most rebellious act I ever did. You want to know? When I was in college, 20 years old, still living at my parents' house, I went to Austin to go to a convention with a guy that I liked, and I told my parents that I was having a sleepover at my friend's birthday party. And you know what I did with that guy? I kissed him. And that was it.
The dumbest accusation ever, and asking to stop giving this clout chasing—
When I was 20!
Her whole account is a fan page for me, Sam, and Neon. Neon, it should be noted, also repeated these claims on a stream of his own, but apparently apologized for it behind the scenes, at least according to Jack. While Jack chalks most of Matt's behavior up to Matt being jealous of his success or whatever, Jack and his—